Ever wonder why you're still burning out, even when you're doing work you actually like? Most autistic entrepreneurs aren't struggling because we're unmotivated or incapable. We're burning out because we're trying to follow business advice that was never built for our brains. Hustle culture says,
move faster, be everywhere, crush it daily, have all the energy all the time.
And then if you don't listen to your overloaded brain, it'll probably say, and we're just gonna shut it down. No. Yeah, not ideal when you're the one in charge. And how do I know this? From experience. When I started my first company, I did what I was supposed to. Offers everywhere, endless meetings, inbox on fire. I got busy, not necessarily better. And I eventually burned out. Hard. Anyone seen my 4-gallon bucket of bourbon? So what finally worked? Throwing out the hustle rulebook and building something that actually fit my brain. Fewer decisions, clearer systems, and way less noise. So this isn't about generic productivity tips. It's about designing a business that works for your neurodivergent brain. Autistic-friendly ideas so you can grow without sacrificing your energy, your health, or your sanity. Let's get into it. Hustle culture isn't built for autistic brains. So first, let's start by talking about hustle culture and why this fails autistic entrepreneurs. First, if you have felt overwhelmed by expectations that you might put on yourself, let's start with a scenario. You followed all the advice.
Be visible, say yes to everything, work harder than everyone.
And you still feel like you're failing. Is that you? Well, it's not really a you problem. That's a system problem. Hustle culture seems to reward noise and chaos, constant interruptions, unpredictable schedules, and an obsession with being always on. But for autistic folks, that environment is like trying to sprint through a sensory tornado, which sucks. Here's how hustle culture quietly drains us. Admin chaos. You start your day with 10 mental tabs open. Emails, messages, quick questions. Your body and nervous system is in panic mode from the minute you start your day because there's so much to do and so little time. But then there's common autistic executive functioning challenges like time blindness, issues with prioritizing, and struggles with multi-step tasks. Where do you even start? Cue the task paralysis, decision fatigue, and brain fog. By the time you get to the actual work, you're already exhausted. Then add the sensory and social overload, pop-up notifications, random interruptions that break your focus. If you're monotropic, you know what I mean. Email inbox overflowing, people asking for,
hey, can I have just 5 minutes?
Each one chips away at your nervous system until your brain waves the white flag. And by white flag, I mean crashes. Hard. Not even a bucket of bourbon can save you. And that's not to mention that if you're in a public space or around other people, you're probably masking regularly, especially if you're late identified and had a persona that people got used to. You might have acted fine with all the random chaos and background noises and unscheduled interruptions before, but inside, you can feel it every single day. And as you're growing a business, there's also visibility pressure.
Be consistent, post every day, just show up and be around people.
Sure, and then mask until you crash. The expectation to perform 24/7 in all areas, including on social media, is exhausting, especially when your energy levels aren't predictable. And how do I know all of this? Personal experience. When I was starting out, I thought success meant being constantly available. I said yes to everything, every event, every meeting, every, hey, do you have a minute? Sure. It's not like those 450 other things floating in my brain that I have to remember aren't uppercutting me in the neck while I'm trying to listen to you. That bucket of bourbon's gotta be around here somewhere. I was forgetting things, and by Friday, I wasn't leading, I was barely functioning. Turns out, boundaries aren't selfish, they're survival. And you can't do meaningful work if you're constantly putting out fires, including the ones within yourself. So stop trying to become someone else's version of a successful entrepreneur. It's time to build something that works for you. Ditch your to-do list, structures that work for autistic brains. Ever feel like your to-do list is multiplying overnight? Hustle culture loves to convince us that more equals success. More offers, more platforms, more content. But what if less is the real path to growth? Here's what actually works. Fire half your to-do list. Just cut it out. Start with this. Go lean, not wide. Fewer offers and courses. fewer platforms, fewer day-to-day contracts. Why? Less contact switching, more quality, stronger referrals from word of mouth, better quality because of more specialization. If you're in the online realm, consider this. Start small and sustainable. Create systems and then scale up. Sure, you could offer a 3-tier membership with bells and whistles from the get-go. But do you have the team in place and the systems to make that sustainable? For us, we started with 1 tier. Focused, adaptable, sustainable. We can focus on our first tier and make sure we provide tremendous value and quality to our members. Get feedback, make adjustments, collect data, refine systems. And once I've really fine-tuned and developed the systems I need for the first tier, I'll be ready to build out another tier. Play to your strengths. What are your autistic advantages? Deep focus, systems thinking, pattern recognition, or precise communication? Build around those. If you're great at spotting what's broken, offer audits, diagnostics, or troubleshooting solutions. Then turn those insights into a packaged solution. You don't have to be the charming extrovert if that's not you. That will only make it harder for you in the long run. For me, my strength is teaching and making complex concepts more accessible. I like presenting things in a way that simplifies complex ideas and makes learning actually enjoyable. So we built Auticate around that. That keeps me engaged, and that's what creates impact. Automate and delegate. Automation isn't about being fancy. It's about reducing the number of decisions your brain has to make before lunch. Being kind to your brain's executive functioning systems. For me, I use calendars with fixed rules and built-in buffer times. Meeting blocks are only Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons. Systems set up for reviewing notes and agendas before meetings. Structures so I can stick to the time. Structure isn't rigid, it's relief. Let's talk about how to make that structure actually support your energy. The key is to find what works and automate so you don't have to overthink constantly. Stop the chaos. Build routines that protect your brain. Is your calendar a mini crime scene? Or a daily schedule that's so packed it's hard to fit in time to breathe? Do you get to Friday and wonder where your week went? It's not just about working too much. It's about trying to work inside chaos. Not setting yourself up for perpetual burnout cycles. Giving yourself the flexibility that is probably the reason you became an entrepreneur in the first place. So the solution? Make your work week sensory and routine friendly. Here's how to start. Go asynchronous and remote whenever possible. Control your environment and your timing. Replace
Hey, can you chat now?
with sure, just drop the notes in the Google Doc and I'll reply by 3. Set boundaries around communication expectations. I don't do spontaneous calls. Everything lives in time blocks, and my people know that. They know when I check messages during the day, so no anxiety about when they'll hear back. And for me, no more jumping in and out of deep focus all day to respond to quick things. That would lead to brain melt.
I'm melting. I'm melting.
Batch schedule the noise to limit chaos. All meetings live on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. If it's not on the calendar, it can wait until my next meeting block. Urgent has a form, but still a time. My work isn't the ER or a wildfire, so I've learned to manage stress by not treating everything like a million fires to put out at once. Being always on call is just a surefire way to anxiety, shutdown, and rumination later, especially when I wasn't ready or thinking clearly. That's how poor decisions get made, and we're not about that here. Work in fixed rhythms. For me, it's based on the needs of my company. Mondays are my planning and admin time. Tuesdays and Thursdays are meeting days. If no meetings, it's focus time. Wednesdays and Fridays are deep work only. No interruptions, no emails, and my phone stays on silent. The first of every month is for data analysis, when we focus on finances and metrics. And the last week of each month is when we batch create upcoming content. So set small goals. Add these habits over time. Practice communicating with your team and setting boundaries when you need to. Be transparent with the people you work with, your team, clients, and customers. Time is an investment. Test your routines. Rebuild. Each week, I can see small but noticeable steps forward. And then I check in with myself and my partner Debbie every month. Is this still working? If not, I tweak. What's coming up? I adjust when I need to. If it's not working right now, I don't trash the whole system. I make small changes, see how they turn out. Because predictability and structure reduce constant decisions, which reduces decision fatigue, which can reduce burnout, which reduces a lot of unnecessary anxiety trips to the bathroom. To be honest, This has been hard for me. I didn't stumble into this. I built it like a Lego tower, block by block. Some pieces fell off, so I rebuilt it. But not before throwing a massive fit. Early on, I knocked over the whole structure when I couldn't see progress. But now, I know it's baby steps. That's what's supportive of my unique brain. It needs structure, but I had to work to get it this way. So try this. Find one thing that derails your week every time. Give it a schedule time or automate it. Let your calendar do the nagging so your brain doesn't have to. That'll give you time and space for actual growth. Scaling without spiraling. You know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna bust a myth. Growth and scaling does not mean doing more. It means doing what works efficiently with less effort. Specialize. If you solve one problem really well, you don't need to be everything to everyone. Hustle culture says,
say yes to every opportunity.
I say, know what you're awesome at and say no to the rest. At least until you're ready for more. Next, try low interaction marketing. Think of your nervous system and energy. That means planning a strategy that works with your energy, not against it. Here are a couple of examples. Written content. Think blog posts that lead to an email sequence that can end in a paid downloadable guide. Scheduled social posts. Batch create posts once per month. Schedule the posts and then walk away. Videos on your terms. Record solo. Edit it the way you like. Avoid live streams if it's not your thing. Live streams, 4-gallon bucket of bourbon. Then, publish that video. And last tip with videos. After growing our YouTube channel to over 125,000 subscribers, I've learned that done really is better than perfect. Otherwise, I'd never have time for that bucket of bourbon. And then, repurpose everything. A couple days of focused work can feed your content pipeline for months. And if you're anything like Debbie and I when we create content, you're learning while you're creating. You just became a mini expert on a topic. Now think, how can you use that information in multiple helpful ways for your client base? Here are a few examples. Write a short article or blog post. Record a video about the same topic. Chop that video into 3 to 5 shorts or reels. Turn the content into a mini email sequence. Add a checklist download to your video. Automate the entire thing with your favorite tool. We're using Kajabi, but there's a lot of platforms that'll do this. That's growth and efficiency with your brain. Remember, neurodivergent brains like to deep dive. This is your chance to do it in a purposeful way. Now, make it even more effective by repurposing. When I made these changes, my productivity doubled. I stayed regulated most of the time. And I started enjoying content creation again. Now, one last piece, support. Not people, not networking, real support. Support isn't optional, it's survival. The truth is, you don't need a massive network. You need a few key people who actually get how your brain works. This isn't just for business or autistic people, but it's especially important when you're neurodivergent. Build a circle of your people. There'll be people who get you, but also complement you in different ways. Compliment or compliment? Or is it condiment? You know what I mean. So that could be one person that's your sounding board, one that's your accountability buddy, another that's a mentor and you can learn from, and one person who helps you see the big picture while keeping it real. Is it possible to change that big picture person? Only you know exactly what you need based on your business. Find people who fill your gaps and understand how you work. That kind of support is priceless. If you don't have access to that many people, just one awesome support person can make all the difference. For me, I got lucky. I married the coolest person in the world, Debbie. We complement each other really well professionally. She's also extremely attractive and hot, which might not be appropriate for me to say in this video. Keep it simple. My people are generally low maintenance, just like me. Hey, I'm not high maintenance, am I?
Can I get back to you on that?
Okay, if you're like me, you might not be the low maintenance one. And that's okay, but it's really important to make sure expectations are simple and clear for everyone. And keep structures for support simple and clear too. Quick emoji responses to know you got something, or structure for meetings. I love quick 15 to 20 minute check-ins. And also 30-second check-ins are good too. With a clear, consistent agenda. Wins, stuck points, next steps. No small talk required to start. Bonus points if we can walk and chat at the same time. No forcing eye contact, plus regulation time for my brain. Win, win, win. Choose people and communities that feel right. Neurodivergent friendly communities, calm spaces, forums where honesty and precision are valued. People who can teach you things and appreciate what you add to. Chats that value clarity over noise or fluff, if that's how your brain likes it. Think of what you need. And if a group or space makes you feel like you have to perform or mask, that's a drain. So you might still need to look for real support. You weren't meant to build this alone, but you also don't need to be in 20 Slack or Facebook groups to feel supported. Keep it simple and filter. And if you're struggling to figure out your biggest energy drains, do an energy audit and collect data. We'll share a template to help you start doing this. Actionable steps. Let's talk about something you can implement this week. A small but powerful step. But first, quick recap. Re-examine your structure. Cut the chaos, do less, but do it better. Systems, routines, and automations. Manage your energy. Asynchronous when you can. Batch your noise, keep it predictable. Scale your way. Keep it simple. Specialize, repurpose. Avoid anything that feels like a performance or a huge energy drain. Get real support. Small circle, honest check-ins, no masking required, and manage your energy. This week's task, remove one energy leak from your business. Automate it, delegate or remove it, schedule it. Just take it off your plate until you're ready, or forever. It's like taking a rock out of your shoe or a fire ant out of your underwear. Probably shouldn't have said that. You'll move faster without even trying. Here's a bonus challenge. Open your offers page. Cross out anything that requires intense social energy or nonstop custom work. Then circle the one that makes you feel calm and clear. That's the one to double down on. And next week's task, or this week if you're ready, do an energy audit, especially if you feel drained a lot. Closely monitor your energy levels for a couple of weeks using our energy tracker or your own method. Then spend time categorizing those energy drains. Debbie and I like to color code things into categories. So we have headings like deep focus work, social, which can include meetings, marketing, and social media, and solo work. For us, we also include life things like grocery shopping, which can be a massive energy drain without you even thinking about it. So really track all your energy because it's the start of understanding yourself. And when you work with your brain, your business and life will improve so much. You don't need to hustle harder. You need a business model that's actually built for you. And if you want more resources and learning directly from us and a community that actually gets it, check out our Auticate community and join our email list to get our newsletter. And for more on the neurodivergent experience and ideas to embrace your unique brain, check out our Auticate YouTube channel for weekly videos. See you there.
Say yes to everything. Be
Almost. You almost got it.
work harder than everyone. What is it?